Hello everyone, and welcome back to Naval Architect for All. In today's video, we're going to talk about one of the most important concepts in ship stability analysis, Allowable VCG, often abbreviated as AVCG. If you've ever worked with a stability booklet, a loading manual, or stability software such as NAPA, Max Surf Stability, or GHS, you've probably seen tables or curves labeled Maximum Allowable VCG or Allowable KG. But what exactly does it mean? Why is it so important? And how is it determined? Let's find out. First of all, VCG stands for Vertical Center of Gravity. It is simply the vertical position of the ship's overall center of gravity measured from the baseline. As weight is added higher on the vessel, the VCG increases. As heavy equipment is moved lower, the VCG decreases. Now, allowable VCG is the maximum vertical center of gravity that the ship can have while still satisfying all applicable stability criteria. In other words, it represents the upper safety limit of the ship's center of gravity. If the actual VCG is equal to or lower than the allowable VCG, the vessel complies with the required stability regulations. However, if the actual VCG exceeds the allowable VCG, the ship no longer meets the stability requirements, even if the displacement remains exactly the same. So, how is allowable VCG calculated? It isn't measured directly. Instead, it is determined through stability calculations. During the stability analysis, the naval architect evaluates the vessel under various loading conditions. For each displacement, the software gradually increases the assumed VCG until one of the stability criteria reaches its limiting value. That limiting VCG becomes the allowable VCG for that particular displacement. This process is repeated over a range of displacements or drafts, producing either an allowable VCG table or an allowable KG curve. Where can you find the allowable VCG? Normally, it is included in the vessel's approved stability documentation, such as the stability booklet, the loading manual, the trim and stability booklet, or the stability information booklet. These documents usually contain a table or graph showing the maximum allowable VCG corresponding to different displacements or operating drafts. During ship operations, officers calculate the vessel's actual VCG and simply compare it with the allowable value. If the actual VCG is below the allowable limit, the loading condition is considered acceptable. Now, what factors affect the allowable VCG? There are several important ones. The first is displacement. As the ship's displacement changes, its hydrostatic properties and righting characteristics also change. Therefore, the allowable VCG changes as well. The second factor is the ship's geometry. A wider vessel generally has greater initial stability, allowing for a higher permissible center of gravity. Another important factor is the free surface effect. Partially filled tanks reduce the ship's metacentric height, or GM, which lowers the allowable VCG. Other influencing factors include the location of downflooding openings, wind healing moments, cargo distribution, deck equipment, and of course, the stability criteria required by the applicable regulations, such as the IMO Intact Stability Code or Classification Society rules. So why is allowable VCG so important in real ship design? Imagine you're planning to install a new crane, a gangway, communication equipment, or any heavy structure on the upper deck. These modifications increase the ship's vertical center of gravity. The engineer first calculates the increase in the actual VCG. Then, this new VCG is compared with the allowable VCG. If the new value remains below the allowable limit, the modification is generally acceptable from a stability point of view. If it exceeds the limit, design changes may be required, such as relocating equipment, adding ballast, or reducing topside weight. This is exactly why allowable VCG plays a critical role in ship modifications, conversion projects, and stability assessments. To summarize, allowable VCG is the maximum permissible vertical center of gravity that allows a ship to comply with all required stability criteria. It serves as a safety limit for designers, surveyors, and ship operators. Understanding allowable VCG helps ensure that a vessel remains safe, stable, and compliant throughout its entire service life. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more videos about naval architecture, ship stability, NAPA, marine engineering, and classification society rules. See you in the next video!